Some people don't say yes because they truly want to. They say yes because saying no feels unsafe. For them, no is not just a word. It's tension, it's fear, it's discomfort. It's as if their body immediately recognizes danger. This reaction is not a flaw. It is something their nervous system learned long ago, often before they even fully understood the world around them. When they agree to things they don't want to do, their mind says yes, but their body responds differently. The chest tightens, the stomach churns, energy drains. Later, guilt follows, then regret. They question themselves, thinking, "Why can't I just say no?" What they fail to realize is that their reaction was shaped long ago by experiences that trained their brain to prioritize others' comfort over their own needs. From the outside, these individuals are admired. They are called kind, reliable, selfless. They are the ones people depend on. They respond quickly. They adjust themselves to fit everyone else's needs. They are praised for it. Yet inside there is pressure, a constant, almost invisible weight pressing down. Every yes they say adds another layer of tension. Over time, it begins to affect their emotional and physical health. But because the praise continues, they often don't see the problem. This behavior usually begins early in life. Many people who struggle to say no grew up in environments where love was conditional. Perhaps approval depended on obedience, or expressing disagreement could cause conflict, anger, or punishment. The child quickly learned that staying quiet, agreeable, and helpful was the safest path. Over time, this became a survival strategy that the brain embedded deeply. The nervous system of such a child becomes highly sensitive. As an adult, these individuals are extremely aware of subtle emotional cues. A change in tone, a pause in conversation, a fleeting expression of disappointment, they notice instantly. Their body reacts before their conscious mind even has a chance to think. It's not overthinking, it's hypervigilance. The nervous system is scanning, predicting, anticipating danger, even in situations where none exists anymore. Because of this sensitivity, disappointing others feels unbearable. A simple no can feel like it might lead to rejection, anger, or loss. So the safer choice becomes agreement, compliance, and constant availability. Gradually, these individuals equate their self-worth with their usefulness. If they help enough, give enough, stay available enough, they will be accepted. If not, they fear they will be rejected. This constant overgiving and agreeing leads to exhaustion. The body tires first, then the mind. They may feel anxious, restless, or emotionally drained. Their energy levels drop, often without them fully understanding why. Emotional burnout develops, and yet they keep saying yes, because stopping feels riskier than continuing. Even when they want to pause, the fear of disappointing someone outweighs their own need for rest. When this behavior continues for years, a deeper problem emerges, a loss of self. Their voice, their needs, their preferences gradually fade. Decisions are no longer guided by personal desire, but by reaction. Life starts feeling empty, despite the constant activity and helpfulness. This emptiness is not a flaw, it is the natural consequence of living primarily for others' comfort. Adding to this complexity is a common internal dialogue. They might think, "I am being kind, I am helping, I am responsible." On one hand, this reinforces self-image as caring and good. On the other, it reinforces stress, guilt, and anxiety. Every act of giving without boundaries is reinforced by societal approval, but simultaneously drains personal resources. This duality creates internal conflict that can feel confusing, heavy, and isolating. Over time, relationships can become strained. People who constantly overgive may attract people who unconsciously or consciously exploit this behavior. Others may start expecting compliance automatically.
The individual may realize they are being used, but feel powerless to stop, because saying no triggers fear of conflict or loss. Patterns of codependency often emerge, leaving them trapped in cycles of giving without genuine reciprocity. Another factor is perfectionism. Many people who struggle to say no have internalized the belief that they must always be good, helpful, or available. Making mistakes, expressing disagreement, or prioritizing themselves can feel threatening. The nervous system reacts as if personal safety is at stake. This is why saying no feels physically uncomfortable, almost like the body is protesting. It is important to understand that these reactions are not weaknesses, they are survival strategies. The brain and body learned early to prioritize external safety over internal needs. The problem arises when these survival patterns remain active in adulthood, where danger is no longer literal, but emotional patterns persist. The nervous system continues to respond as if every disagreement or boundary setting is a threat. Understanding this can be liberating. Once someone realizes that their behavior is learned, not innate, they can begin to practice change. Saying no is a skill. It is not about becoming rude or uncaring. It is about establishing safety within the self. Gradually, the nervous system learns that boundaries do not equal danger. It learns that prioritizing oneself is safe, even necessary. Learning to say no starts with small steps, a minor request, a small favor, a low-stakes situation. Practicing refusal in these spaces allows the nervous system to adjust without overwhelming fear. Over time, the ability to say no expands to bigger, more challenging situations. This gradual exposure reduces anxiety, builds confidence, and strengthens emotional resilience. It is natural for guilt and anxiety to appear during this process. When you break a long-standing pattern, the body reacts as if something is wrong. But these reactions are signs of growth. They indicate that old neural pathways are being reshaped and new ones are forming. With patience, these feelings fade as the new habit solidifies. Saying no is not about rejection. It is not about losing connection or love. It is about honesty, self-respect, and maintaining personal boundaries. The people who truly respect you will respect your limits. The ones who leave were likely benefiting from your inability to refuse, not from a genuine desire for connection. It is also important to recognize that self-worth is inherent. You do not earn love by constant compliance. You are valuable because you exist. Boundaries reinforce this truth. By protecting your time, energy, and emotional health, you honor yourself. This sets a healthy standard for relationships and life in general. Gradually, life begins to shift. Decisions are made with intention, energy is preserved, relationships become balanced. The nervous system relaxes because it no longer anticipates danger at every interaction. Emotional clarity returns. Life feels more manageable, more authentic. Ultimately, saying no becomes a form of empowerment. It allows an individual to participate in life fully without sacrificing their own well-being. Over time, the act of refusal no longer triggers fear, but confidence, no longer signals risk, but respect. Life becomes a balance between caring for oneself and caring for others. For many, this journey transforms not only behavior, but identity. They learn to reconnect with their desires, their feelings, and their needs. They learn that self-respect is not selfishness. They discover that prioritizing themselves allows them to give from a place of abundance, not depletion. The process requires patience, awareness, and repeated practice. Old patterns do not disappear overnight. The nervous system may resist, guilt may surface, anxiety may intensify. But each step taken in honesty is a victory. Each act of refusal is a lesson in self-respect. Each boundary strengthens emotional resilience. And slowly, the person who once could not say no becomes capable of balance. They engage fully with life, with relationships, and with themselves. They no longer live in constant tension. They no longer equate value with utility. They learn that their presence, their choices, and their feelings matter as much as anyone else's. Saying no is a form of liberation. It is a practice of self-care. It is the bridge between survival and thriving. And for anyone who has spent their life giving endlessly without pause, it is the first step to freedom.